Hey everybody, welcome back to In the Gutter. Let's talk comics. I'm Wade. This video is going to be part 12 of the Screenwriter collection. We're going to look at box 26, which is a Hulk Iron Man box, and we'll check out box 27, which was marked random. So let's get it kicked off with the Hulk Iron Man box.
All right, this box is labeled Hulk Iron Man. Hulk 445, 446, 447, 449, 450, 451, 452, 453, 454, 455, 456, 457, 458, 459, 460, 461, 462, 463, 464, 465, 466, 467, Incredible Hulk Hercules Unleashed #1. Looks like Red Hulk #1. #1 variant, second printing. #2. Oh boy, I can't find it. 3. There we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 600, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, World War Hulks, still just 24, sorry, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, Alpha Fall of the Hulks one-shot #1, Gamma Fall of the Hulks #1, Incredible Hulk 606, 608, King Size Hulk 1, World War Hulks 1, Hulked Out of Heroes 1, She-Hulk #1, World War Hulk 4, 5, Incredible Hulk 106, World War Hulk 1, 2, 3, Ultimate Wolverine vs. Hulk 1, Shadowed Heroes, The Incredible Hulk 1, Incredible Hulk #2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, Indestructible Hulk #1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Totally Awesome Hulk 1, action figure variant, The Immortal Hulk 1, 2, 3, Savage Hulk #1, Wolverine vs. Ultimate Wolverine vs. Hulk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Maestro #1, Maestro Marvel Tales Future Imperfect #1, Jim Rugg Hulk Grand Design Monster, and Monster and Madness. Monster and Madness. Okay. All right, on to Iron Man. Iron Man 2020 #1. Infamous Iron Man #1. Iron Man #3. #1. Iron Man #1. Tony Stark Iron Man 2. Infamous Iron Man 2. Tony Stark Iron Man 1. Invincible Iron Man 600. International Iron Man 1. Invincible Iron Man 1. Invincible Iron Man 2. 3. Original Iron Man 198. The Heroes Reborn series. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me grab these real quick. This is all a run. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The 96 series number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Iron Man Director of S.H.I.E.L.D. 15. Invincible Iron Man 1, 25, 500.1, 500. Iron Patriot 1, Invincible Iron Man 1 Annual, and Double Shot Doctor Strange number 4.
All right, the Hulk box had quite a few key issues in it, starting with Hulk 449, which is the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. And then we had Hulk 456, which is the first Hulk as War, a Horseman of Apocalypse. Moving on to 457, which is War Hulk versus Juggernaut. Good old 90s stuff there for you. And Hulk 466, which is the death of Betty Ross, who is later resurrected as Red She-Hulk. The first Red Hulk, General Thunderbolt Ross, Death of Abomination, and the first new Winter Guard roster. And I think this might be the first Red Hulk on cover. It's a little confusing. There's a lot of Red Hulk keys here. So, and a variant second printing number 1 of that book as well. Hulk number 2 from this series is the first Red Hulk in story. The first A-Bomb, who was later revealed to be Rick Jones. This looks like one half of an AB cover. Green Hulk versus Red Hulk in number 4 of this Hulk series. And number 14 features, this is the 1 in 10 variant, which is the first cover featuring Red She-Hulk. In number 15, we have first Red She-Hulk cameo. And then number 16 is the first full Red She-Hulk. Hulk 22, featuring World War Hulks, has the Red Hulk. The Red Hulk is revealed to be General Thunderbolt Ross. And then we have Hulk 30, where we have the first compound Red and Green Hulk. You got a color lesson going here. King Size Hulk number 1 is the second Red Hulk in story, the first battle between She-Hulk and the Red Hulk. The origin of the Abomination is retold, and this reprints Hulk 180, 181, and Avengers 83, which has the first Enchantress as Valkyrie. So a lot of bang for your buck in that one. World War Hulk number 5 has the first cameo of Scar in this mainstream Marvel universe. We got Immortal Hulk number 1, which is apparently critically acclaimed and has the first Jackie McGee, which is inspired by Jack McGee on the original 77 Hulk TV series. Immortal Hulk number 2 has first Doctor and Del Fry, also characters mentioned in the 77 TV series. And Immortal Hulk 3 has the first mention of One Below All. Moving on to some Iron Man. Infamous Iron Man number 1 has Dr. Doom becomes Iron Man, and this is the action figure variant with the Iron Man Dr. Doom action figure. And the 2018 Iron Man 1, there was a series of Mobius posters that came out, I believe, in the 80s, or very least early 90s. And their variant covers reprinted these Mobius posters, which is really cool because I haven't seen them in decades. So nice to see that they're available again. And Invincible Iron Man number 9 has the first Winter Guard. All right, well, that's the Hulk Iron Man box. Let's check out the one that was marked random.
This box is labeled random. Let's see what we got. Teen Titans of Tomorrow, 17. Big Bang Comics 1. Kaboom, number 1. Ooh. Marvel, the Hip Hop Covers. Teen Titans, 18. 19. 20. Villains United, number 1. Weird Worlds, number 1. Jack Kirby's Fourth World, number 1. The Spectre, 51. Scratch, number 1. Lobo, number 0. Hawk and Dove, number 1. I Vampire, number 1. Uncle Sam, US, number 1 and 2. Total Justice, number 1. Shazam, number 1. Wonder Twins 1, 2. Marvel Comics 80 Creative Teams, number 1000. Okay. Strange, Scotty Young variant cover. The Death of Doctor Strange, number 1, Scotty Young. Death of Doctor Strange 2, 3, and 5. Doctor Strange number 1 action figure variant. Doctor Strange number 2. Doctor Strange 3, 4, 5, 6. Doctor Strange Last Days of Magic number 1. Doctor Strange Last Days of Magic Part 2 number 7. 8, 9, 10. Doctor Strange the Punisher Magic Bullets number 1. Strange number 1, 2. Doctor Strange the Oath number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, US 1 number 2. The Incredible Hulk. I don't know what this is. Some special. PG-38. Looks like it's signed by John Romita Jr. though, unless it's on the cover. Books of Doom number 1. Captain Marvel number 1. Captain Stern number 2. Casanova Luxuria number 1. Conan Book of Thoth number 1. Dix number 1. Duckman number 0. Fury Agent number 1, 2, 4, sorry. Fool Killer number 1. Incognito number 1. Irredeemable number 1. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen number 1. Probably number 6 here. Numbers issue 1, different story. 2, 3, parts 1 and 2. Oh, it's the compendium, number 3 and 4 then. All right. Moon Knight number 1, 2, 3. Moon Knight 1 action figure variant. Moon Knight number 1, 2. Monkey Man and O'Brien number 1, 2, and 3. Dark Horse Presents number 118 featuring Monkey Man and O'Brien. Dark Horse Presents number 119 featuring Trout. Nemesis number 1. Rocketeer and Spirit number 1. Number 2. Number 3. 4. Rocketeer Adventures number 1. Number 2, 3, 4. Rocketeer Cargo of Doom number 1, 2, 3, 4. Rocketeer Hollywood Horror number 1. Taskmaster number 1. Oh. John Walker U.S. Agent number 1. Damage Control number 1. Shadows and Light number 1. Damage Control miniseries number 2. I believe it's the miniseries. Nova number 1. Nova number 1 again. Nova number 2. Contest of Champions 1, action figure variant. Silver Surfer number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Silver Surfer number 1. Silver Surfer Rebirth number 1. Black Panther number 2. Black Panther number 1. Number 1 again. True Believers number 1. Luke Cage, Hero for Hire. Cage number 1. Cage number 2. And 3. 4. Invaders number 1. Marvel Comics presents 79 with Weapon X. The Lunatic Side of Life. Spoof number 2 with All in the Family. I don't know if I've ever seen one of those. That's cool. Alpha Flight number 1. Annihilation Prologue number 1. Next Wave number 1. Fing Fang Fu versus Machine Man 2. No, it must be next. No, sorry. Next Wave number 2. Sorry. Next Wave number 3. I got it now. Marvel Universe number 3. Number 2. And number 1. Marvel Point 1 number 1. Couple more. Tales of the Marvel Universe. Marvel Fanfare number 1, number 2, number 3. Will Eisner's The Spirit New Adventures number 3. New Mutants Saga. Incognito number 3. And collects 1 and 2. Dynamite Zero. Amazing Screw on Head number maybe 1 shot. Oh, Curse of the Spawn 1. Spaceman 1. Spirit New Adventures 2. Spirit Wanted Dead or Alive. Squadron Supreme 2 and 1. Superior Book 1. Heroes and Legends number, I think it's just a 1 shot. Spirit number 1. Chromatic number 7. Untold Legend of Captain Marvel number 1. Somnambulo, I think it's Somnambulo number 1. Maybe it's Somnambulo. Ultimate Power 1. Welcome to Tranquility number 1 and 2. Witch and Doctor number 1. Marvel Triple Action 12. Heroes for Hire number 1 and Heroes for Hire number 1. That was random.
Random box had random comics in it. And we'll start with the Marvel collection of Marvel the Hip Hop covers. So I believe these were all individual variant covers throughout the month or so. And this book is an anthology that collects all of the covers. And apparently it was free. That's kind of cool. And many, many versions of the Marvel number 1000. This one has, not even sure, this looks like a Mike Allred cover. 96 pager, 80 creative teams. I like a good anthology. And again, we couldn't have a video without a couple of Scotty Young variant covers. So a couple Doctor Strange number 1s, or actually Strange number 1 and Death of Doctor Strange number 1, both Scotty Young variant covers. Other than that, I was totally accurate. Doctor Strange number 1 action figure variant. This year has First Elmo Strain, I think. Stanton? I got really bad handwriting. First Imperator. I think this is a speculation book, and this is the action figure variant version of that one. Doctor Strange: The Last Days of Magic as the first The Woo, uh, who is Alice Gulliver. I think this is also a speculation book. Characters anticipated in live action showings. This is Incredible Hulk number 38. Just notice it has a John Romita Jr. signature on it. Sweet. And the Books of Doom number 1. This is Ed Brubaker's Origin of Doctor Doom. I believe there was only number 1 in this collection. That's something I wouldn't mind tracking down and reading because I love Ed Brubaker and I like Doctor Doom. Carol Danvers' second appearance as Captain Marvel is in Captain Marvel number 1. And this copy of Irredeemable number 1 from Boom Studios is signed by Mark Waid. And this had a little interesting backstory. So League of Extraordinary Gentlemen number 5 had original ads from years and years ago that were, kind of like quack medical devices and things like that. And it had the Marvel douche, I think it was, the Marvelous douche. And so I guess the editor of DC thought that he felt that there might be some sense of slander on the part of Marvel. So he had the book recalled and the word Marvel or Marvelous removed from it. So it just said douche, even though it was always on the original ad, apparently. But you can look at your copy and see if you have the recalled version or not. Moon Knight, number 1. Mark Spector assumes the moniker of Mr. Knight. It's the first Ryan Trent, later to be the second Black Spectre. Moon Knight number 1 from 2016. First Dr. Emmett, who's Mark's psychiatrist, and this is the Moon Knight action figure variant cover. Nova number 1. This is the first solo Sam Alexander Nova, and the first time we see the members of his family. One thing on this book, which was really noticeable, and I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. And yes, you hear me removing the tape from the top before I pull the book out. Okay, so these boxes were so tight, and I know you're sick of hearing me talk about that, but if you can see, I don't know if I can get in there. Maybe. Glare, I don't know, but there is an indentation clearly in the spine. So over the years, obviously, even in bags and boards, if your comics are so compressed, the thickest part of the spine acts as like a wedge. And where you'll have 2 books pressed against another, it will create an actual indentation in your comic book. So one more reason to just splurge for the extra money to buy another short box. Some people, if you're really into it, you can actually alternate front to back. So let's say you had a whole run of Nova and you're not planning on reorganizing anytime soon. You could put your Nova 1 this way, your Nova 2 this way, your Nova 3 this way, and so on and so forth. Whereas those, the spines actually alternate the thickness. And so 1, it creates a little more space in your short box, but 2, it sort of guarantees that you'll never have that spine compression to create these sort of dents. Now I'm imagining that without any color breaks or anything, this would press out pretty easily, but you have to either press it or pay to press it, and why bother, right? Okay, moving on. Black Panther number 2. This one has what looks like damage, but is actually a Bruce Timm signature, and Bruce signed it over the UPC code because apparently they didn't have a gold pen or anything, but that's pretty cool. This I'd never seen before. So Gendy Tartakovsky did a Cage miniseries, and if you're an animation fan, we have all 4 issues of Cage. That I thought was pretty special. Kind of fun to see things that I had no idea existed and then have all 4 issues in my hand. And just because it's a really cool thing overall, the Weapon X series within the Marvel Comics presents all the Barry Windsor Smith Weapon X origin. Very cool. If you haven't collected this whole series, I highly recommend it. And this was a little shocking. The Lunatic Side of Life spoof number 2 in a cover that is a take on All in the Family and seems horribly inappropriate. So I showed this one to my wife, and she winced. Something I'm not familiar with, but it has the first appearance of the team Next Wave, which is a Warren Ellison and Stuart Immonen. I always mispronounce that. My apologies to Stuart. But this is the Next Wave team. Unfamiliar with this, but something I wanted to check out. Looks like something I would like. And then Marvel Point 1 features the first Sam Alexander Nova, the aforementioned Sam Alexander, the first Kane as Scarlet Spider, Death of Terex the Tamer, and the first team appearance of Exterminated. So this is something. There's I think 4 different Marvel Point Ones in different ways, and they all have pretty significant first character appearances. And just because it's a good read, The Amazing Screw on Head by Mike Mignola. Love all the Mike Hellboys, and this story was fun too. And another animation nod to Darwin Cook, who is in the Spirit #1 from DC. Really nice illustration. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for joining me for these 2 boxes. We have just a few more. And until then, keep your mind in the gutter.